I got to be up at 5 a.m. I think I will answer a couple more questions before I slide off. What up, everybody? I do feel bad for Lauren as well. She lost, 3 weeks in a row. It was me, Riley, and Catherine, like 3 of her closest people. That was really tough. Shout out Zoran Flyen. I just saw that. Who do you guys think is going to win the HOH this week, or who do you guys want to win the HOH? We've talked about this on Jimmy's Live. We talked about it here as well. What are you guys thinking? For who do you guys want to win HOH? Keanu, I see Keanu a lot. Thank you so much. Crofts, thank you so much. How's the split going as well? It's going. I've been stretching for an hour. I thought I was going to rip my hamstring, so I had to stop for a little bit. I saw Adrian say, God, talk about the real stuff of what I'm thinking about Adrian. Adrian, you're a ridiculous dude. I'm just kidding. I love you so much. Yeah. Lauren, Keanu, Kelly, Ava, I see that. Are you naturally flexible? I'm not naturally flexible. So I've been stretching for a long time. I saw Plin say, yo, Cornell, the wife wants to know what's up with all the hugging in the house. We get close in there, A lot of that stuff is, some people are fake, but yeah, we hug a lot in that house, I will say. Let's see. You guys ask your questions. Are you double jointed? No, I'm not. My elbow just stretches out there. That's how far it goes. So I did see that on lives when I left after. Plin, I hugged you a bunch, dude. I hugged you a bunch, okay? Don't worry. Let me see. Someone just asked, who do I think will win the blockbuster tonight? I feel like you are about 4 hours behind. Let me see. There's so many comments coming in. I'm trying to grab some questions. Let me see. You guys keep dropping in questions. I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. How did groceries work? Long story short, they would stock us up every single week with just a bunch of random things, just all different food. Obviously we had a storage room as well, so we could grab it. But if we went through all of our resources before the week ended, we had to basically just eat cereal and just eat cat food the entire time. Lauren loves almonds. Yes, she loves those roasted almonds. It was insane. Hi, Mia. How are you doing? Are you on Cameo? I am on Cameo. I've not promoted it at all. So I've been doing stuff here and there for that. What should Lauren do to improve her relationship with Vince? That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, look, I don't know if she can do much else. I mean, they have a final 2 together. Vince needs to improve his relationship with Lauren, in my opinion, if that makes sense, right? Because he was the one to turn on her there at the very end. Did you see Catherine go home? I mean, we saw after the episode. Hi, Chico and Martha. Hopefully you guys are doing really well. Was the yard open all the time? No, it was open probably half the week, each week, because they have to set up comps in the backyard. So it got very crowded in there. The space got really tight, especially at the beginning, with 17 people in one space. There was a time where it's I mentally just needed a step away. And so I grabbed the Bible and I was trying to find a space just to read it, just to kind of, thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much, Connie. I just wanted to read the Bible just to kind of reset a little bit. And there was not a room that was alone. There's people in every single room is what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Mary, so much. Who do I think will win? I mean, we just did a draft on stuff, and I had the number 1 pick. So if Rachel makes it all the way, I feel like she has the best chance of winning. Let's see. Have you gotten a double doozy since getting out? No, I'm waiting for my date with Lauren to do that. Thank you so much, Miss Gabby and Emma. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the love. Let's keep going. What are your thoughts on tonight's episode? I made a TikTok video about it. I mean, the one thought I had was Kelly has 9 lives in this game. She's literally like a cat with 9 lives. It's unbelievable how she continuously pulls herself off. It's crazy to me, but more power to her for that. What was my reaction to how everyone viewed the house? Yeah, this was crazy. I mean, look, I thought Riley was America's favorite. I mean, I feel like a lot of people in the house thought that, and leaving the house, that was like very surprising to me. It really threw me off. I thought people were happy with like Mickey's game, and like a lot of people were very like against her game. And like I found out after the fact, it was after like the Jimmy vote out, that really surprised me as well. Those were the 2 things that surprised me the most. Let's see. Zach, come to the Philippines. My parents are actually leaving on Saturday for the Philippines, and I'm actually taking them to the airport. The problem is that where my grandma lives, there is no cell phone service or anything whatsoever, and they're gonna be gone for a while. And so for that reason, I was like, I gotta stay. I gotta be on live for you guys. I gotta, hang out with the homies. I gotta pay attention to what's going on in Big Brother. So I decided against it. Let's see. Do you think Vince is playing a smart game? I don't agree with putting Catherine up as the 4th nom. I felt like for his game specifically, it was the time to take the shot at Rachel because I feel like a lot of people are going to see both of his HOHs and feel like it was kind of a waste for that reason. And so if I'm thinking in Vince's shoes, I know he has the alliance with the judges. I understand that. But like, I thought he really was going to take the shot at Rachel. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Do I like Blockbuster? It's okay, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Thank you so much, Emma. Who do you think is America's favorite? I saw a poll earlier today. You guys can confirm this or not. I saw Keanu was like still at the top of the ranks in terms of like a lot of people are pulling for him. Who is y'all's favorite in terms of the house right now, and who do you think is going to win America's favorite? I see Keanu. I see Will. Yeah, I mean, Will is one of my favorites in the house, so I see that as well. Yeah, like what I'm referencing is I saw like an Instagram post and they had like 3,000 votes on it, okay? And so like I saw that Keanu was at the top of that. That's what I'm referencing right now. I see a lot of Ashley. I see a lot of Ava Pearl. Every single time we say Ava Pearl. Zach, you should get a mullet. Absolutely not. I would look horrendous with a mullet. Who do I want to win? I mean, Lauren, I've made it very clear. I'm rooting for her a lot. I feel like her situation, she's in a tough spot. I mean, she really is. We were just talking about that with Adrian. Let's see. Where do y'all be going for the comps? I already mentioned like they close off the backyard. There's another place I really can't mention. But there's like a couple of options that we can go to for the competitions. That's all I can say about it. How do I feel about Rachel? Rachel's iconic. I mean, I know she has like her super loyal fan base, and she's like iconic for that. And so like when we did our punishment together, like I was sitting there for 11 hours with her, and like there was nothing else to do outside of just like getting to know each other and talking. And so I really got to know her just as who she was as a person, and I love her. Like I really do love her. She's a great person. Yeah, the challenge looked fun. Honestly, it was fun. However, the goo was freezing. And I found out after the fact, of course, that the lives weren't running when we were doing it. And the goo just being so cold. And like, here's the thing, guys, in that competition, in that punishment, we got our first bag super quick. We got our second bag crazy quick. And our third bag, we got probably around, I want to say midnight is when we got it. I can't remember the times, but we got it like pretty quick. I think maybe it was a little bit later than that. However, that last bag, I think we had a 1 in 11 shot, and we had to go all the way down to like the final 3 bags. And that part was so frustrating. The challenge, the punishment itself wasn't that crazy hard, but that was really like mentally so annoying for that reason. And also the pressure of the goo, the first like launching, like knocked me back. I know it like knocked Rachel's goggles and her like mask off and everything like that. It was insane, the pressure on some of those goo shots. It was crazy. What am I gonna do with the $10,000? The number one thing that I want to do is I want to go to Wimbledon with my mom, because we've talked about that ever since I was in college, of going. And our favorite people, like I love Rafael Nadal. I've got a picture of him hanging up. Obviously he's retired now, but we've really grown with Carlos Alcaraz. She loves Novak Djokovic, so we're gonna go there and watch them for sure. Who do I think is the mastermind? Zay. No, I'm just kidding. I actually have no idea who the mastermind is. Did I throw any competitions? No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying my absolute hardest. The thing was, the blockbuster, for example, I freaked out. I had my first 2 moves prepped. I was ready to rock and roll. And then I moved those 2 blocks, and then I was like, oh my gosh, somebody else is gonna get it in the next 30 seconds. So then I just started spazzing out. I saw a picture on Twitter of like, I almost sort of had it. If I had taken a step back, maybe I would have been able to kind of like do it. But yeah, no, that was tough. I will say the black box challenge, literally blind in there. So it's like, I think somebody said that Amy got caught. Thank you so much, Emma. Amy got caught in the sewers for the entire time. I mean, that was tough, but like, it was really, you couldn't see anything at all in that. What was the other one that I really wanted to win? Oh, the freaking, the balance beam HOH, where Riley ended up winning. I was so mad that I went first every single time, because you have to think about this, right? You just have to make sure that you don't fall off going first. You want to have a time just to make sure that they respect the time, because if you fall off, then they can go really slow, of course. And so it frustrated me every single round that I was the first one to go. I like literally was trying to move in between the groups, just making sure they wouldn't call me out. But yeah, that was unfortunate as well. Let's see. You guys keep asking questions. Sorry, I'm trying to read. Zach, who do you think is leaving this week? It really comes down to who is HOH. I mean, Mickey, the last time I checked, she had a massive target on her back, and like Vince made it, known to a lot of people that she was the number one priority for him. And so I feel like she is in a relatively tough spot. Let's see. What did you request in your HOH basket if you would have won? Another hoodie. Because I had a couple of hoodies that did not make it into the house. They, I don't know how much I could say, but like I only had one hoodie basically going into the house, and I wanted, that was the number one thing that I had requested was multiple hoodies. So it's like me, Jimmy, and Keanu weren't like the triplets. Like I could kind of like, vary our looks just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, and then the other thing is, nobody asked this, but I wanted, what was Travis Scott's album? It's the one with My Eyes in it. That was the music that I wanted for sure. Are you half Filipino? Yes, I am half Filipino. I'm half white. Who is the cleanest in the house? Rachel cleaned up a lot. She was very, very clean for sure. Hello, thank you guys so much for the love. Have you talked to Catherine since she got voted out tonight? Guys, she doesn't have her phone she's not gonna get her phone for maybe 24 more hours, maybe. Well, no, after like her first initial set of interviews, she won't get it until then. I did send her a DM. I said, hey Kat, like, you know, love you to death, girl. Hopefully everything is well with you. Here's my number. So like, if she wants to call me, she wants to reach out, she definitely has that. She'll be added to the group chat as well. I will let Kat know that we all love her. I will let her know that. Does anybody know who won the HOH yet? Somebody was asking that. So does where are the lives at or the feeds at? I have no idea what's going on in Big Brother world right now. Or are the feeds even on right now? Feeds are down. They're definitely running the HOH comp now at this point. Yeah. No, we're still watching the animal shelter on Pluto. Have you been in the Phils? Do you mean like Philadelphia? My sister lives in Philadelphia, so I went there for Thanksgiving. I saw her on Thanksgiving, and obviously she came back for Christmas, and I've seen her a few times since then. Oh, the Philippines. Oh yeah, no, I've been to the Philippines. I went to the Philippines 2 years ago is when I went. And that was my grandma's 99th birthday. And so I was able to see her then. And then my parents went this past year. I had work, so I wasn't able to. Thank you so much, Emma. And then they are going back, obviously, coming up. So I will definitely be FaceTiming my grandmother for her 101st birthday. She is crushing it right now. Also, the Philippines, I don't know if you guys know this, but like if you make it to 100, they give you money. I don't know. I mean, that's not common knowledge, but that's something that I found out when I went for her 99th birthday. And I'm like, that's insane. Like they give her, I don't know what it is in equating to American dollars. I think it's around like $5,000, I think is what they said, which is just a crazy thing that I had absolutely no idea. Let's see. Do you regret not making any final twos? It's one of those things where it's like, you know, I had final threes, right? And I was trusting them towards the end. But like realistically, like Vince, he was my guy in the house in terms of like I told him all the information. And so like obviously when I left the house and I saw that, you know, that massive graphic of all the different things, but that's the thing, I don't think, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he really threw me under the bus until that final week when we were up against each other, right? I mean, I don't think he really talked crap about me when we were in the house. Yeah, I really don't think he did. Like he legitimately was my guy. Like I told him everything when I was there. Oh, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, of course. Yeah, after the Adrian vote, he did kind of throw me under the bus, and that's what turned the tide for. But like I did not go back and see that moment. I did hear a lot from other people, and I saw some stuff on Twitter about that. He did throw me under the bus for that, but that was I think he was kind of like pinned in that moment, or like I don't know. That's you know, it is a game. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Did I feel prepared for wall comp? Yeah, guys, I worked out forearms so much leading up into the house. I mean, it was like an everyday thing where it's like I'm hanging from bars in the gym, I'm doing forearm workouts like baseball. They give you so many different things to strengthen your forearms, and so that was like my biggest focus. Obviously there's more involved to that, but grip strength was one of my biggest things. I went to a wall, what's it called? I'm blanking on the words. rock climbing. Like I went rock climbing as well. Like I was doing everything to like try and improve grip strength and everything like that. And it really, like when I saw all the different, I feel like me and Adrian have talked about this so much, so I don't want to like harp on it, but like all the different positions where you could like grip, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I felt like I could have lasted for sure. That's why I was paying attention to Keanu, and then Keanu ended up just dropping out of the competition because I felt like we were a little bit compatible in terms of like, you know, size and like just being bigger guys. And so I really wanted to see how long he could have lasted. That was the person I was really paying attention to when it came to the wall comp. Let's see. Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm trying to find. Thoughts on Morgan? I mean, she ran this HOH, guys. Let's be real. She really did. She did a great job in terms of like making sure Rachel stayed and making sure Catherine went. And so I feel like she's that's why I drafted her on my team. I feel like she's in a pretty good spot in terms of the house. Let's see. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much. Prediction for tonight's comp, guys. I've been wrong on every single comp in terms of what I think it's going to be. So you're asking the wrong person which comp. I'm going to say pressure cooker just because, and it's not going to be pressure cooker. What else? I got a few more questions I'll answer, and then I got to get to bed because I got to be up in 4.5 hours at this point. Yeah, I honestly, I really do feel like it may be just a crapshoot comp. I mean, especially after the wall, I feel like they may do that. But then again, it's like I thought after multiple crapshoot stuff, I was like, okay, maybe the wall's gonna come, right? And it never came. It never came. Someone said it would be crazy if Will wins. I don't think he wants to win right now, if I'm being real. I mean, he literally didn't want to win the veto, and I feel like he's in a great spot. I feel like he doesn't need to win right now. Obviously closer, you know, once they get to jury and everything, it's going to be a little bit different. But I think he's going to throw whatever it is in terms of this HOH. Let's see. Guys, who do you think is going to have the worst Zing bot? I'm curious about that. Who do you guys think is going to have the worst Zing bot? Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you guys. For sure. Yeah, no, I agree. All right, back to questions real quick. Lauren was stunning. Yeah, she was crushing it. Face card, everything. She was killing it right now tonight. How do I make my teeth so white? Okay, so Crest whitening strips, you got the box, right? You go through the box entirely, like every day or every night, whatever. And then you have one more Crest box, but you do it just once a week. Because if you do it like consistently, it gets to be way too much. But yes, you use it every day. That's literally what the box says. Use it every day. If you don't do that, you're not going to get the results. That's my opinion. So take that for what it is. Take that for what it is. It is, okay, if you do it too much, it's bad for your enamel. I get that. But like, it sets, it puts it in a good spot, and then you kind of just go from there. That's what I think. I know if you have sensitive teeth, it sucks. It's awful. I know a lot of people aren't able to do that. That's what I did, okay? And so that's my recommendation to you. I'm so sorry. Do you not drink coffee? Guys, I drank coffee maybe 3 cups a day when I was in the house. I was like, I'm gonna try and stay, you know, locked in, all that types of stuff. And so I inhaled coffee when I was in the house. So where did they put your phone? They kept it. they held on to it for us. Let's see. Who do you wish you would have worked with? I was planning on working with Rachel more. I'm not gonna lie. Like my final day, like from the punishment after that, like we were in the heavy hitters together, but it felt like she was really close with like Jimmy and Mickey at that point, and I was close with like Vince and Morgan, and so it kind of like we kind of like had our own groups. And I knew that people that were close to me for multiple weeks, like were trying to gun for her. But I would have made the pivot, obviously with her winning HOH the following week after I got evicted. I would have made that pivot. She literally sat down with me to the storage room and she said, "Hey, I want to work with you, Lauren, and Ashley." And I was like, perfect. If I make it past tonight, then we can do something. And obviously with her winning HOH, we would have like really dug into that a little bit more. How much longer do you think Rachel has? I mean, guys, you guys can let me know what you think. I think she's in a pretty good spot with the judges. I mean, Morgan just went to bat for her till 4 a.m. every single night, right? And so you have people fighting for her. You have Ava, you got Will, and obviously Vince didn't put her up. So like, there's part of him that does want to work with her in some sense. I feel like she's in a decent spot. I feel like she really is. And like I said, she was my #1 draft pick with Adrian earlier tonight. Like, so that's my thing. It's like, if she makes it to the end, truly, like if I was in jury, for the sake of her making it to the end is crazy. It's crazy. People are asking me about Vince. I feel like I already answered that. Yeah, I got one more question to me and then I'm dipping. I'm like staring at myself right now and these like bags in the eyes are just no bueno. Are the diary rooms scripted? No, they're not. I mean, like, I don't know how much, I can't really say how much, there's not, how do I say this? I cannot answer that question, I'm sorry. I cannot say that. Thank you so much, Sophie. How nasty was the house, really? Guys, it was... The kitchen was very disgusting. I mean, we had like ant infestations all over the place. They sent like ant traps and like, you know, trying to keep them out of the kitchen. It's because people just leave food out. Like, I don't understand how hard it is once you finish your plate, go wash it off, put it in the washer, right? Or in the dryer, whatever. That's my thing. It's just like, it made no sense to me. And so like they would get into that, they'd get into crumbs and it would just be disgusting. They actually ended up giving us like these containers to put all of the ingredients in and everything like that, just to make sure that they didn't get that. The bathroom, there were times where it got pretty gross. Like, you know, those like star patches or like those acne patches. There was one time in the shower, Rachel, I was in there and I was helping her clean and she was complaining about the amount of acne patches she had to take from like the drain. It was disgusting. I'll answer one more question. Besides Lauren, who are you rooting for? I really do like Will. I know he put me on the block, but he's like one of my homies in there. He and I, like, we talk sports all the time, like legitimately all the time. And like in my regular life, I talk about sports nonstop with my boys. And so it like really helped me kind of stay grounded in the house for sure. And so Will was one of my go-tos. There's a couple of other people I've already kind of talked about, but Will, I would like to see Will win. So yeah. All right. Well, thoughts on the Micah Parsons trade today. I'm sad that my Falcons didn't get him. Let's be real. I felt like they could have. Thank you so much, Emma. They could have gotten him and full sent it. However, we already traded our first next year, which is very, very, very unfortunate. But I felt like that was a steal for Green Bay, if I'm being honest. But anyways, that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for the love, the support. You guys mean the world to me. I'm going to probably just at random hop on live again just for kicks and giggles one of these days leading up to Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. Love you guys so much. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.